Guys and dolls, Freedom Dad here, and I'm going to bring you a wee video today. As you know, I was in Queen's University at the weekend. It's Monday morning, not long, woke up, just did a shower, fresh as a daisy, ready to go. Second gear, we're cruising along, everything is good. And, you know, I'm going to bring a couple of wee videos. I'm going to bring a couple of videos, two videos, I think. I'm going to deep dive one of them, but I'm going to introduce you to this person. Her name's Fiona Ferguson, and she's a politician for People Before Profit. He represents, I believe, the Old Park area. And I just want to bring this for my community, for the Catholics in my community, because my community's made up of both Protestants and Catholics. And because you don't have a voice where this woman is, because this woman obviously is gaslighting you and basically hiding stuff from you. So I'm going to expose her and expose the lies because I've got the receipts, I've got the facts. You know what I mean? I don't do this for fun. I do this for my daughter. I don't do it for money. I do it for my country. There's no hidden agendas. What you see is what you get. I'm on an open platform. You can come and leave your comments. You can come on, speak to me anywhere, anytime. You want to go live? We'll do a live, whatever. Been saying that from day one. So yeah, we went to Queen's University to get a response from their ideologies that they're pumping into our colleges and trying to find out why such extremism of the far left is in our colleges and why there's no police, and to get an understanding of how this radical far left, as they admit themselves, are able to get away with influencing our children in the ideology of socialism and communism. But yet, if you're anything to do with right wing, you know, you're labeled far right and racist. You know what I mean? And as we say, the people that do this, are the people that are going to destroy your country, like the Labour government. Nigel Farage, Sinn Féin. Anybody that calls any man out who's telling you the truth and can bring receipts with facts. And all their answer is, "Oh, don't talk to me. I'm going to get you arrested. You're just a racist." Then you got to be very careful about them because they will bring the destruction of your country. You know. I haven't looked in there too far. I don't know if she's got any children or not yet. Haven't looked into that yet, but that'll be interesting to find out as well. If is she really invested in her country, in her area? She just want to be famous. She just want to be a politician, like a lot of people with their egos. So let me just bring this first clip of her along with the far left organisations that met in Queen's University over on Saturday. And please, I want to reiterate that I can't get it across how serious and how damaging and how dangerous these people are, how much damage they've done to England and all the things that they've been involved in, along with hope, not hate, and racism, and what the damage that they're doing in Ireland against the patriots, the good Irish people of Ireland who are fighting against the mass immigration and the Islamification of their countries and their counties. So um, like I say, I know a lot of people don't take to me because I'm a Protestant, I'm an ex-lawless prisoner, etc., etc. But I wear my heart on my sleeve. You know what I mean? And what you see is what you get. I'm no different offline than I am online, and I'm here to expose the people that are here to destroy your country. So here's the first clip of one of your politicians in your areas.
Well, you can call. It is more of a civil matter. In our aspect, it's a civil matter, and not a civil matter. So the intimidation side can be used, but you have to phone the locals and get them involved. I don't know whether that's something you're going to do. But as us, we're here to accommodate, more than anything.
So as you can see, from the police, thinking about, can we get them done for intimidation? Instead of just coming out and speak to me. You know what I mean? I wasn't abusive. I wasn't banging on windows. I wasn't like ever, never touched any of them. You've seen the videos of, you've seen me getting spat in the face by these guys, same guys, and you've seen the other abuse that I've taken, and I've taken it. You know what I mean? Because I'm a good person. I'm not going to retaliate, so I'm not, and I've never caused anybody any alarm or distress. So there's no excuse. It's just their answer to shut us down. That's their way, and it's always been their way. You know, they hope to get away with Landy for as long as possible without anybody calling them out. And anybody sticking a camera like me in front of them and a microphone and asking them to explain themselves, they do not want to do that because they've got no explanations for their actions. So straight away, I'm going to get into this video that I've seen. I might drop two. I might drop two. I might just deep dive one, and then just give you a taste of another one, and then finish off with my conclusion. So let's get right into it.
Excuse to say to me, I'm just out of the gym. But on my way home, I was stopped because there was a police cordon, and I asked the police officer who came up to the car to tell me that I couldn't go up the road to the house why that was, and she said, no joke, it's because of the peaceful protest that's happening up there about immigration. So I kind of said, peaceful? And she said, well, for now, and did a wee laugh kind of thing.
Yes, peaceful, and yes, for now. She wasn't lying to you, because that's the feeling of the street in the streets. Um, if you actually went round and spoke to people and let people know on your platforms what the true feelings of the people in your area are, but at the end of the day, they're probably scared to actually tell you their true feelings because they're terrified of all you politicians in West Belfast, and that's the truth of it. And let me put it like this: it's a lot more peaceful than when you are standing blocking the West Link, your friends in the Palestinian action. You know, um, you're a big speaker for them, as I'm going to bring to this platform and show my community and your community who you truly are. So yeah, it is peaceful for now, but is it going to stay like that? I doubt it very much. The feeling on the street is people's had enough. No matter how much you go on about Palestine and bringing Palestinians and Gazans over here, and keep pushing this rhetoric that we're about to hear, you know, you're not going to be around for very long. That's for sure.
It's like, what planet are these people on? There's absolutely nothing peaceful about racism.
So there we go. Didn't take long, did it? So the people, the mothers, the fathers, the grannies and granddads, the aunties and uncles who are standing out on the streets protesting, they're all racist. You're all just racist. And this is the rhetoric that comes from the government, Labour, the ones that are destroying the Tories, the ones that call Tommy Robinson racist for all these years, even though we had loads of like people from all cultures around him. And it's been proved that he's not a racist. But this is what destroyed England. This is why England's in the nick it's in. This is the rhetoric coming from Sinn Féin. So straight away she shows herself, without questioning it, without going and speaking to the people, because the people in the Shankill would quite happily let you know who they truly are if you just had the balls, to be a real politician for all, because you've got no problems. Nobody's going to abuse you. Come and speak to them. Don't just call them racist in your little house in Old Park, just coming back from the gym, after your interaction with the police. Don't sit there on your high horse looking down at people because you don't have an argument, because the way you're going and what you're doing is going to destroy the future for our children. And that's fact, and I can prove that. And anytime you want to come and speak to Freedom Dad on any platform, I will prove to you, I will bring receipts. Just give me a couple of hours just to get my stuff together. So I'll bring the facts and figures for you of what's going on in England, and how diversity and multicultural is working so well. But of course, anybody that disagrees with that are just racist. It's very clever of you. But thank you. You're making my life a lot easier.
There is absolutely nothing peaceful about people across Belfast being galvanised to come out of their homes because of riots in Ballymena where people were literally burnt out of their homes, where people's lives were threatened because of where they come from and because of the colour of their skin. There's nothing inherently peaceful about that.
Whoa, 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 where's this going? Whoa, calm down. We were talking about a peaceful demonstration on the Shankill Road, and now we're talking about people getting burnt out of their houses and riots in Ballymena. Have you looked into it? Do you understand what the people of Ballymena went through to drive them to do that? Were they all just far right and racist? the 20, 30, 40,000 people that came out to protest about what was going on in their town because the police weren't listening to them? Did you go out and speak to the families? Have you spoke to the children involved by these men with different colours? They were Romanians, I believe. And then we had another nationality, I believe, that are harming our children that have came to this country because you're welcoming them in. So it's okay for you to say, bring them all in, no borders, multicultural is great. But as soon as they start harming our children, the fathers and mothers, that they be quiet, where they let them stay in our areas and carry on doing what they're doing, running brothels, selling drugs. What do you, what planet? How old are you? How long have you been here? Do you know anything about Northern Ireland and the people of Northern Ireland? You know, this isn't rocket science. You don't need degrees to work this out. This is just sociology. This is the mindset of people who love their country and want to protect their children. That's all it is. And you can paint it and draw it whatever way you want. And you can spout your hatred and call everybody far right and racist. But the truth of the matter is, the people on the street know the truth. And no matter how you try, no matter how you try to shift from a peaceful protest to people getting burnt to their houses and trying to connect the two of them and roll it all up in the guise of racism, keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing because we're going to keep exposing you.
People are standing still, whether they're rioting or whatever. So as I went on up the road and past the other side of the police cordon, I could see the protest itself. It was absolutely miserable in size and in the fact that they were getting soaked by the rain, so fair play Mother Nature.
You're quite a bitter wee person, so you are. That's coming across very clearly. Just going to give you some facts here. So yes, there's not many people come out. It was a miserable night, and it's not about that. It's about having a network. It's about having a structure. And it's also about the thousands and thousands of people that watch it online when citizen journalists like me record it. Just like the thousands of people have watched yous online, the 40 odd thousand in TikToks, my 3 TikToks, the don't know how many thousands is up to on Facebook. I don't know how many thousands it's up to on YouTube. But you see, it doesn't matter how many people on the street because we're a lot cleverer now. We're a lot cleverer than the Patriots in England. We're a lot cleverer, I believe, than the Patriots in Ireland because the Patriots in England have been going through this for the last 15 years. The Patriots in Ireland have been going through what they're going through for the last 5 years. We're not going to be going through that. We're going to knock it right in the head. And as soon as there's one incident in this country regarding any man that's been brought into this country, whether legal or illegally, by the traitors government, and the traitors like you that allow it and complicit, then you will see hundreds of thousands of people, not just in West Belfast, not just in South Belfast, not just in Ballymena, but in Coleraine, in Londonderry, in Portadown, and every part of Northern Ireland, because every single mother, father, granny, and granddad, auntie, and uncle will be out on the street. And if you think Ballymena was bad, please believe me, you ain't seen nothing yet. And this is why, this is a difference between me and you. I'm on the street and know exactly the feeling of the people on the streets and how angry people are. And how angry people in your community are will be with you once they see the true colours of who you truly are and what you're truly doing to your own areas. And I'm the one that's getting the messages from your people in your areas. Absolutely distraught and disgusted in the way you are all behaving by saying diversity is great and their connection with Gaza and Palestine, and how you do not give two damns of the damage that these men will do and the damage that Islam will do eventually to our children and our grandchildren when you're long gone. That's what you're hiding. That's what you're not talking about. These are the facts. Start looking at the numbers and the figures of the brutality and the torturous rapes of the Pakistani grooming gangs in England. Look at the stats of foreigners who have come into England and Ireland who are now committing horrendous crimes that we've never seen before in our lifetime. And I've researched it. This is terror on another level. getting given out to vulnerable children. Vulnerable children like me that was in children's homes are still happening today. Difference is we both agree it was the politicians, the people at the top, the people in charge of us children that were doing it back in the day. Same victims today, different perpetrators, and they're your friends.
But that's good. So the size was tiny. But the really truly hypocritical thing about the protest that I passed tonight is that a week ago, a woman was killed on that road by a man in her family. But he was white. But he was from here. Were there any protests? No, there weren't. Was there local outrage? Were there people standing with a banner saying we need to protect our women and children? There was tonight at that protest? No, there wasn't.
What the fuck? What is that about? Where did that come from? Is that the best you can do? You know, why would you even bring that into it? It's like, there's no comparison. If you're going to if you're going to put in comparison an incident like that compared to over 800,000 children who have been involved in abuse by these men that came into the country in England, you're off your nut. If you're going to put that in comparison of all the incidents in Northern Ireland and Ireland by foreigners who have come into this country, you're clearly up to no good. That's very low, very, very low, but that's all you've got. That's the best you can do. And it sounds absolutely ridiculous to everybody who listens to that. Obviously you're going to have your wee cheerleaders, your dissidents who support you because you support Palestine, you support Hamas, i.e. you support PLO. So most likely, deep in your heart, you support the Republican movement. There's no two ways about it. And you want rid of the Brits and you want an all Ireland and all the rest of it. And this is where you go, just talk about what you want. Be honest, be open. Don't use scenarios like that to better your agenda because it is despicable. There's no other way to say it. That is absolutely despicable and it shows the class of you.
This is total rank hypocrisy. These people are not out to protect women. We don't want these people to protect us anyway, but they're not out to protect women. They're not out to protect children. They're out on a racist because they have been whipped up by the far right and their racist myths and lies that is immigrants that's causing the problems in our society, that is immigrants and migrants and asylum seekers that present a danger to people and women in this society.
So there we go. There's the racist one. We're clear of the racist. We're all racist now with the far right. So who are the far right? Explain to us who the far right are. Do you understand what the far right are and who the far right are? Have you looked into it at all? There's no far right. Yep, maybe there's certain sections who still support the National Front and the extreme nationalism of whites only. There's nobody around me. It's like that. There's nobody around the guys that I'm around. We're not far right, And normally at a stage like this, when I'm dealing with somebody like you, I would be throwing up as you're speaking, just to totally embarrass you. All the headlines of all the crimes committed by refugees and asylum seekers in our country and in Ireland. And I would be all day sticking up Deliveroo drivers and the horrific crimes that they committed and the ones who have come in and unalived women in Northern Ireland and from Dublin and running back and forth. There's so much evidence out there that I can blow you out of the water. And I'm prepared to blow you out of the water anytime you're ready to debunk exactly what you're saying here. So you're just sitting in your house, rabbiting away with absolutely no evidence, believing in your heart that you're going to change the hearts and minds of the people who can see what's truly happening in this country. And it's ridiculous. It just shows the hatred, the bitterness, and the tunnel vision you have in your goals and your aims and your ambitions. And that lets us know exactly who you are because the facts are out there to be researched. Don't lie to the people. Tell your people the truth. Because if you don't, I will.
Not. And if there was a greater sign of their hypocrisy, it's the fact that they only selectively protest sexual assault or violence against women, even though it's endemic in our society. They only protest it when it's an opportunity to whip up division and hate against migrants.
Wrong again. It's not about that. It's about, I'm going to fix you in this one once and for all. Yes, some men and women are out there, and that's what they say, here to protect the children and the women. Freedom Dad is here to protect my daughter. I'm here to protect my daughter, and I'm here to protect her future. I'm here to protect my country. I'm here to protect my traditions and my cultures, not only mine, but the Roman Catholic traditions and cultures as well. I'm here to make sure my daughter can have children in the future in a safe Christian country that isn't Islamified by people like you. That's what we're about. No more, no less. So get your facts right. Okay? It's very important if you're going to sit there in your house spewing all this hatred that you get some of the truth out, you know. But it sounds good. You know what you sound? You remind me of some of the crime correspondents that we have working in some of our newspapers. It's the exactly same rhetoric. You you can't split. You can't split them. You know, you are like the mainstream puppets. You know, you're doing everything along with the left, the far left, obviously, and the Fabian Society, the Labour Party, you know, the Tories, Tony Blair. You're no different, and you're in the same you're in the same category. And as we go forward, more and more people will put you in that category. And you're saying people before profit, and you're here to help the people. You're not here to help the people of Northern Ireland. You're here to help foreigners to come into this country, and that's the truth. That's what you're saying. That's what you're telling everybody. Oh, we're the bad ones because we're saying the refugees and asylums are bad, and we're here to protect women and children. Let me just make another point. The people standing on the Shankill Road aren't here to protect women and children. They're here to protect men as well. Did you forget about the man that was raped? Oh, we can say raped now, can't we? In the Woodville by foreign nationals. Oh, well, you don't want to talk about that. Oh, right, sorry.
So I went to the local takeaway, filled with migrants, and I got a delicious dinner. Probably undoing all my work in the gym, but good to support local businesses run by migrants.
Well done, you. Supporting local business run by local migrants, you know. Fuck the locals, eh? Fuck the locals. Never mind, don't go to a local chippy or go to a business run by a local. It's more important to you that you help the foreigners out, innit? That's what it's about, innit? And I'm not here saying they're all bad, okay? But you're here saying that we're all bad. You're not coming out and saying that any of them are bad. You're hiding and pretending that everything's okay to your community. And this is the problem. See what you're creating. Instead of just being honest, then you wouldn't have people like me calling you out and bringing all this to my platform. If you were just honest and say, yes, there is a problem. And yes, we don't care about the future of your children. And yes, we do see the state of England. We do see the replacement of all these cities. We do see the nick of Dublin and Ireland. And we do see the hundreds of thousands of Irishmen, Catholics coming out on the street to protest against what they see their government doing to their own people. But yet you don't care. You want to bring more and more in. You want to give them money. You want to make sure they're comfortable. You don't care about the long term damage. See, the problem is we don't know which ones are good and which ones are bad. I've got so many videos coming. We are watching and doing so much. We are doing so much work as patriots. I'm going to show you. We're going to show you what's truly going on. We're going to show you what's being hidden in the underbelly of Northern Ireland right now, and what's coming to our country just shortly. And the more you lot try and shut us down and call us far right and racist, the more we just bring proof and receipts. We just sit back and show our community, here you go, here you go. There's more evidence. You bring the evidence. You bring the evidence that I'm far right and racist. You bring the evidence that the people standing peacefully in the rain on the Shankill Road are far right and racist. Bring the evidence. Because I can bring the evidence. Because I'm a real journalist. I'm a real citizen journalist for my people, and I've got true intentions in my heart for both sides of the community, unlike you. Shame on you. So, anyway, guys, that's the opposition. That's Sinn Féin, more or less, in the guise of people before profit. And so, your comments down if you're from West Belfast, if you're a Catholic, let me know what your opinions are. I'm also going to leave you with this wee clip as well, just to let you know truly who this person is. So I'm going to leave you with it, and I'm just going to throw it up, and I'm going to watch it. I'm just going to throw it right up because it's been difficult listening to her voice, to be honest with you, and that's the truth. But yeah, This is what we're up against, guys. This is the far left. These are the people that are indoctrinating Queen's University. She's in Queen's University quite a lot. We are going to be doing a lot more research on everybody involved in People Before Profit. And yeah, that's what it's about. We're going to highlight the enemies of Northern Ireland for both the Protestants and the Catholics. And we're going to be relentless. And like I say, we're only in second gear. Cannot imagine what's coming when we hit third. I'm Freedom Dad, and enjoy.
I want to start off by saying that I'm a cis woman and I in no way believe that the trans community are a danger to my life or my rights, and the far right who tries to say that to whip up division are an absolute disgrace. The far right are attempting to gain a foothold in our society by doing exactly that, by whipping up division, by pitting us against each other, and we can't allow them to. And I am so proud that a couple of weeks ago 15,000 of us stood for migrants and against the hate of the far right, and we can do it again when they come for trans rights.
Are migrants to blame for the lack of housing? No! Are migrants to blame for vicious welfare reform cuts? No! Are migrants to blame for the poverty the working class communities experience? No! The far right does not grow in a vacuum. They are growing by taking advantage of the poverty and the deprivation and the lack of housing and the anger in our community.